let's talk about how negative energy can actually impact your physical health and well-being. So recently, on a few occasions, I was around an individual who's a pretty negative person. And I was around them on a few occasions, just being in the vicinity of them. And I would start to get really bad headaches, start having digestive issues, which my stomach is sensitive anyway, so I didn't really think that much of it at the beginning. And I started feeling really anxious. So it took me a minute to figure out where this was coming from, but I wanted to share it with you so that you could have some awareness and maybe prevent this from happening to you. So first, let's talk about how negative energy can actually impact our health significantly. So first off, there's stress levels. Negative energy can really increase your stress levels and lead to chronic stress. It can result in things like high blood pressure, weakened immune system, and those can increase your risk of heart disease. And then there's mental health decline. Being around negative energy and negative energy carrying people can contribute to anxiety, like I talked about before, depression, and overall mental exhaustion. It can affect the way you think so that you're not able to think clearly and have a clear decision-making process, and completely change your outlook on life. And then there's the physical symptoms. It can cause symptoms like headaches, like I had, muscle tension, fatigue, digestive issues, which I also had. And then over time, this can lead to more serious things like chronic pain and gastrointestinal disorders. So addressing these negative energies is really important, and I'm going to talk about that. This is getting long, so I'm going to make another video. Okay, so here's part 2. So there's a few ways that you can distinguish between whether you're actually getting sick and having a physical problem or if it is energy around you. So persistent negative emotions and you don't know where these came from is one very important sign to pay attention to. If you are around certain people, places, or things and you're feeling very drained during or afterwards, that is a clear indicator that you need to clear some energy. And then any kind of physical discomfort, like recurring physical discomfort, like headaches, the tension, the muscle pains, the digestive issues, being around certain people, places, or things, again, these are issues that you need to look into. So what does this have to do with health and weight loss? Well, when we are in a state of chronic stress and anxiety, when we are dealing with depression, when we have constant negativity around us, how do we deal with that usually? Well, we get depressed, we try to hide from our feelings, we binge eat. There's so many things that these negative emotions that are building up because of negative surroundings, negative energy, there's so many ways that it can affect us and affect our health. And that's something that we need to pay attention to, because sometimes we don't understand where these things are coming from. So the next question is, how do we get rid of this negative energy and protect ourselves from picking up more? Well, my favorite one is to do salt baths. That is one of the most simplest and stress relieving ways for me. I like to use magnesium and sea salt or Himalayan salt in my baths, and that has a great cleansing effect for me. You can also use things like sage and cedar bundles and do smudging. If you're interested in learning more about that, I can post about that, but that's something easily you can find on the internet. But all of these can actually clear the energy, and it's actually been shown that positive ions that's put out by like electronics and stuff like that, that has a negative effect on our bodies, are actually neutralized by things like sage and cedar smudging. That's actually a proven fact. I'll have to find something about that to put in the notes, but that is a real thing. What else? Also, meditation, because maintaining your mental health helps greatly impact the way that you deal with other people's negative energy. Regular meditation helps to release all of the negative emotions and thoughts that build up and cause more stress and tension in your body. And then there's creating and maintaining a positive environment for yourself. If you're surrounding yourself with positive influences like uplifting music, inspiring books, and supportive people, and keeping a decluttered space, it is going to promote a more positive atmosphere for you and make it a lot harder for negative energies to take hold on you. So that's how negative energy, and why having a good spiritual practice and keeping positive energy around you is actually important to your mental, physical, and spiritual health.